Very good morning. Today we will cover what is the order of creating when we create an object, right? We know that constructor will be called and when the object goes out of scope or when we call delete, the object will be deleted. The destructor will be called. So now we will see what is the order in which the constructor is called and the destructor is called. Okay, this program will explain us what order the constructor is going to be called and what order the destructor will be called. What we have done is we have created a global variable and then we created a class where this will keep we will assign the value of the global variable to the local member and then we will increment it. Okay, since we incremented it we are doing an increment on the global variable, not on the member variable. Okay, and in the destructor, we are printing the member variable, the value of the member variable. And similarly, we have another class of I am using the same global variable. I am doing an increment inside the constructor, and in the destructor, I am printing this member variable of that class. So what happens inside the main I am creating a two object. This is an array of objects, so I am creating a two object. Okay, so what will happen, first time it will call a first constructor and then the value 0 will be assigned to here. After assigning, the g count value will be incremented to 1. Okay, after incrementing to 1, the second object will be created and then it will be assigned 1 to the second object and it will print this line, and then for the next line I am creating a opposite of this order CD1. So now the count value is 0, 1 and then 1 was incremented here, right? So it should be 2. 2 will be assigned here and then for the next object 3 will be assigned. Okay, 3 will be assigned to m count and this line will be printed and the g count value will be 4. Okay, now you see inside the constructor first time it will be 0. Here the value will be 0, 1 and then 2, 3. Okay, the destructor will be called in the reverse order. The last created object will be deleted first. So 3, 2 and then this object will start deleting now. Okay, and the last object and then the first object. So the constructor creation, if it is happening from A, B, C, D, the destructor will happen from D, C, B, A. That is the idea of explaining this program. Okay, we will see what is binder in C++. Here, before using binder, we need to know the difference. Okay, we will see what the default constructor and a default passing a default value. Okay, assume in the case of default value, right? I can put the default value from the last only. Say I want to pass some default value to C and D. I can put it here C equal to 100 and D equal to 200. But it needs A and B to always to have some value. That is passing a default value to one function. Okay, it is not necessary that I should pass always this 4 argument in C++. I can put some say 100 and 200, right? I can pass 10 and 20. For C and D it will be 100 and 200. But we cannot put 100 and 200 here and pass this to value in the case of default function. But bind allows us to do we can bind allows us where we can pass any value as a default value to the argument. Okay, I will make it more clear. Here we for the bind to work we need to include the header file functional. Okay, and then we need the placeholder. What that placeholder tells what position we are going to pass that argument. Okay, if you see here this function takes a 4 argument. Okay, then we need to pass a 4 argument is must for this function. Okay, here the bind function inside the bind I am passing this function name. I am telling whatever the function I am calling, right, the 100 and 200. Here the 100 will come here, and it says this value has to be passed to here 1 2. Okay, always remember the first argument is underscore 1 and the second argument is underscore 2. Okay, now what I'm saying the underscore 2. So I'm saying I'm asking the bind to this placeholder 2 to be assigned to a. So a value will be 200. The next argument 1. So 1 this is will be the underscore 1. This is a placeholder. Okay, placeholder 1 will be assigned to b, and 10 and 20 is the default value for this one. Okay, 10 20. And then for this one I'm telling 11 12 13 to be a b c, and then the first argument, the placeholder value, I am asking it to assign it to d. So c will be coming in the last step. Okay. The bind function allows us to modify the behavior by passing the placeholder value as an placeholder value to the argument. Okay, we can modify the value passed to the function by using the placeholder argument. Okay, if the placeholder argument is under the first argument will always be an underscore 1 underscore 2, and then we can tell the if the function is going to take 4 arguments, then we need to call the binder with the 4 argument. Inside the 4 argument we can tell the placeholder position. Okay, here I am telling the 2 has to be passed as a first argument, and the second one here 1 has to be passed to the second argument. Those things we can modify it. But in the case of default argument, if we pass the default argument, the normal without binder, we can pass we can remove only the last positions, not under. We cannot pass the default argument to for this two value and pass 10 and 20 to it. But the bind allow you to pass the default value to any argument, so that we can modify the behavior. Thank you.